How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Jose, aka TheNYCGeek, aka TNG, aka your Elden Lord. Even in space, when you are being harassed by super mega corporations, still your Elden Lord, aka the guy who's wishing you all a happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good half of the week. Happy midday, happy hump day. Go hump something, something that wants to be humped. But I want to talk today about Andor, the latest show that has come out on Disney Plus. Disney just released the first 3 episodes of what will be 12 episodes for the first season, and there'll be another season after this. I think there's only going to be 2 seasons, and that will bridge the events towards Rogue One, which, for those that may not know, I've said it, if you haven't watched the Kenobi reviews, Rogue One is actually my favorite fucking Star Wars film. I love Jin. I love all the other characters in that movie. As to me, the third act is the best act that's ever been in Star Wars, with the best fucking space battle. I love Rogue One. It's my favorite Star Wars film. If we're counting everything, not just if you're restricting it to only trilogies, then obviously it doesn't count. But Andor, the show, is the story of Cassian Andor, and he is a thief who becomes like a revolutionary. And by the time we see him in Rogue One, he's part of the rebellion. He's a rebel, like, intelligence officer. And I was very worried when this show was announced because, one, it's Disney. And that alone, especially nowadays, should be enough reason to be worried. 2, it's not like Cassian Andor is like this super beloved fan favorite cult hit character like Boba Fett was. So I was like, do we really need a story about his life? And not to mention, it's a prequel of a prequel, because Rogue One is a prequel, and prequels are hard enough, and Disney can barely write itself out of a fucking paper bag. So I was justifiably worried. And look, I love dunking on Disney. I love dunking on most of these fucking media corps. Disney Plus has been little more, in terms of the new content, has been little more than just a trash pile with the garbage they've been putting out. Okay, especially recently. Not to say that there aren't good things on Disney Plus, but a lot of this stuff, because there are amazing things on Disney Plus, it's just that a lot of that stuff is old stuff. The recent stuff that they've been putting out is horrible, like She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, and especially relevant because this is a Star Wars property, Kenobi. Because Kenobi was fucking horrendous. Kenobi was fucking awful. And it showed that Disney barely understands Star Wars, or they sometimes just get writers that don't fucking get it. And but I could tell you so far, this show has been great. It's only 3 episodes, but the first 3 episodes have been fucking awesome. It just goes to show that, I guess, even a broken clock is right twice. And so far in these first 3 episodes, they've nailed it. This feels so different from Disney Star Wars, and that's a compliment. It feels gritty. It's dark, mature. It shows, like, not to spoil it, there will be no spoilers in this review, but like, they're like the first opening scene. Ow, I just hit my knee. The first opening scene is like he's walking into a bar. That's it. It's not a major spoiler. But he walks into a bar, and there's like this hologram of an alien girl dancing. And I'm like, yo, this shit. Like, it wasn't a Twi'lek, which was also kind of cool, because I was like, oh shit, look, a different alien girl. They didn't just go with just generic Twi'lek. But it feels like they're showing the underworld of this planet of Ferrix, with regular people living their mundane lives while, being in the game. Taking bribes, skimming off the top, doing illegal activities, selling scrap, that sort of thing. And again, without spoiling too much, just the first 3 episodes, he's trying to cover his tracks. That's all I'll say. He's trying to cover his tracks from this corporation who is looking for him. And it feels like this is not just what Book of Boba Fett should have been, with showing us thieves and smugglers, not those that horrible cyborg gang that he had, and how fucking inept they made Boba Fett at behave, because he was an idiot half the time in that fucking show. Not half the time, most of the time in that show. But this ultimately should have been what Kenobi should have been. Andor works so much harder to cover his trail and his actions in a single episode by forming like an alibi, scrubbing his travel data, making sure that his tracks are covered, than Obi-Wan ever did in Kenobi. Obi-Wan, who is far more wanted than Andor ever was. This felt so much better. I love the corporate. I almost like crashed my knee into the desk again. I love the corporate entity of Primor Authority, which is it's a security organization that works for the Empire. That has they're kind of like the antagonists for the first 3 episodes, and probably going on, but they're primarily they've been highlighted in the first 3 episodes. And Primor Authority feels like this super hyper corporate, tied up in like bureaucracy. Like you got to fucking fill. It feels like you got to fill Form A for just to get Requisition B to get to Logistics C. Like it feels like that kind of thing, and I like that. It feels like they stepped out of the Outer Worlds game. If you guys have ever played Outer Worlds, and it's good. It's good too because they didn't immediately set up Andor against the Empire. It's a smaller scale foe. So, it makes sense that he can outsmart them. He's not, or go to toe with their forces. Like it's not him fucking nuking out, stormtroopers left and right, because it's it feels like I said, a smaller scale, and he's outsmarting them. It's not Kenobi in a fucking passenger freighter that's somehow dodging every laser shot volley from Vader's fucking personal Star Destroyer. Like it doesn't feel like you have this massive foe that should squash the enemy immediately. I like that they did that really well, rather. And I know that for some, I will say, I will warn you, the first 3 episodes are a little bit of a slow build, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's okay to have a slow build when you are clearly working towards something, unlike the Rings of Power, which has no idea, it's spinning its fucking wheels, going nowhere. Here, you see where everything is going. There's a little action here and there, but the first few episodes are more about establishing Cassian's character. And I like that they're also throwing like these little flashbacks, like they peppered them out throughout the episodes in brief snippets. Very brief, but they show them, here and there, so that you can ultimately get where Cassian is coming from, where he came from, and where he is going, and what he's ultimately trying to figure out. And it feels a lot better than the Boba Fett flashbacks. And also a big plus, I've been looking, I checked, the episodes are at least 30 minutes. They're a little over 30 minutes. Good. Fucking Disney, man. I'm telling you, sometimes they're fucking like, we're on the fucking clock, let's go. It doesn't feel like She-Hulk. The She-Hulk has been like below 30 minutes. I like it. 30 minutes is just enough. And we're getting 12 episodes too. So that's a lot of time to flesh things out. And that's been really, really, really good. I'm digging the show a lot. It's still, like I said, it's still the first 3 episodes. There's still 9 more to go. But I am happy to say that this show has started very positively. And despite being a prequel where we know Cassian's fate, like where his ultimate fate is going to get resolved in Rogue One, it still is very tense seeing him try to cover his tracks, and he's going to get found out, but you're like, how's it going to happen? How? And it's good. It's good. The dialogue, the setting, the town, it all feels very alive, very real. Like, okay, there's one small scene, and it's not a major monster, like, oh my God, you spoiled the fucking, it's a little small scene. That again shows more who Cassian is, where he's walking through the streets and this guy comes up to him. I'm gonna call him Guy 1 because I can't remember his name. And he comes up to him. He's like, yo, where's the money I lent you? Like where's the money? And Cassian's like, dude, it's in play, man. I'll get it to you. And the Guy 1 is like, dude, I'm not one of these losers who's gonna let you just drift by and float along until I forget how much you owe me. He goes, I want my money. And then this big alien comes up behind Cassian. So Guy 1 is here in front of Cassian, and the big alien shows up behind Cassian, like to intimidate him. And Cassian looks at the big alien, and he's like, He's like, Va, did he tell you to stand here? The alien's name is Va or Vach. I'm gonna call him Vach. He's like, did he come here to try to tell you to scare me? And Vach is like, just told me to stand here. He just told me to stand here. And Cassian's looking at the guy one is like, no, don't talk to him. Talk to me. I'm trying to intimidate you. And Cassian's like, dude, leave him alone. Like, what the fuck are you bothering him for, bringing him in? Like, you could tell that the alien's like this nice, like passive, like docile character. And that like the guy one was trying to bring him in to try to scare Cassian, but Cassian knows who he is. So he's like, I'm not fucking scared. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'll see you later, Vach. And Vach is like, okay, bye. Like, it feels real. It feels like these characters actually have relationships already established, that people know who Cassian is. It's a cool, it really makes the town feel alive, and I'm liking it. I'm really digging it. This is so far a very positive start to what I hope continues to be positive. The rest of the episodes are going to come out weekly. And so far, since this has been a treat, I will enjoy watching this as opposed to fucking She-Hulk. And oh my God, especially Rings of Power, because at least She-Hulk ends fast, right? It ends like this because it's so fucking short. But Rings of Power feels like I'm fucking putting my head through a grinder. So far I can enjoy, and it's nice to have it's such a relief, everybody, to have a Star Wars property to enjoy. It feels like a plus. Hopefully, please don't ruin Ahsoka. Please don't ruin Ahsoka. Because Star Wars doesn't know the Disney doesn't know how to fucking do Jedi stuff. That's what I'm getting more of a feel of nowadays, as that, because Book of Boba Fett was not great, but it wasn't horrible either. It wasn't the worst of things. It was subpar. It was below average, but it wasn't terrible. But it feels like they're more able to grasp these kind of low power characters, and they just have no idea how to deal with high power characters. So let's hope that Andor continues to stay on the same pace. It also, I think, I don't really pay too much attention to like behind the scenes stuff. Like I don't try to go look up every single writer and see what project they were on. Not on things that I'm not too invested in. But I did see that most of the writing is done by like a small team, so that also helps out too. It's a lot easier when you have the first 3 episodes were all written by the same guy, so that's great. You can tell where it's coherent. So I hope that continues through. I hope that this season's good, because I really love Rogue One. I love the cast of characters, and maybe we will see more of those casts sprinkled in. Man, it'd be really fucking, I know they're not, but it'd be cool if we get a Jin fucking cameo. That would be cool. I would really like a Jin Erso cameo. Please, just give me a small cameo. But anyway, this has been the NYC Geek. If you enjoyed this content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit it right now, okay? And also, while you're at it, please consider hitting that like, that share button. It really helps the channel grow. Just so you can know when another video goes live, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys are checking out Andor. Have you checked that out? I know it was one thing Disney has to do is fix their fucking release schedule, because no one's why are they releasing these things in the middle of the fucking night? Like, they're terrified. They gotta release things at a regular hour, man. That's one thing that's been one of the many things that's been great with House of the Dragon, is it's being released at a regular hour. At least do it at like noon or something. I don't fucking know. No one's gonna fucking wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning or at midnight to watch this stuff. But please let me know if you guys did watch it. Tell me what you think. I loved, and I tried to engage with every single one of you. I do my absolute best to respond to every single comment. And if you haven't already, please make sure to follow me over on twitch.tv, where I stream regularly on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as well as follow me on that filthy cesspool that is Twitter. Remember, always, your time is precious. I thank you for sharing it with me. And please stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you guys next time. Show's pretty good. The show is pretty good.